I need to get this guy on TikTok guy. Yeah. Yeah, please. And then if you could check YouTube for me. All right, guys, we're going to be coming on very soon. Thank you all for joining us. We got a good one today, a delicious one today. Shout out to those who are joining us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Well, I didn't put mine on. Yeah, nobody's gonna call me. I'm not important. All right, guys, we're about to start very soon. So I had it up. Oh, okay. No, I thought you was pulling it. No, I thought you was pulling opening up the computer. All right, guys, we're going to be starting soon. Shout out to Kim Whedon. Hey, Kim. And who else is on? Anybody, y'all want to come in the kitchen? Come on in the kitchen. We call the comment section the kitchen. All right, y'all come on into the kitchen. Say what you got to say. Let's converse. Let's talk a little bit. It looks good, Lynnette? All right, wonderful. Can you look at Twitch for me, please? It's right next to it. The tab right next to it. All right, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, guys. We're about to start very, very soon. Lynnette will be on soon. She's just checking something for me. Okay, it should be up. You just don't know how to get to it, probably. All right, guys, we're about to start very soon. Hey, Tracy Renee. Hey, Tracy Renee. Hey,
Pastor Tracy.
Pastor Tracy. Hey, Pastor Tracy. Congratulations. Shout out to Phyllis Jackson.
Hello.
All right, guys, we're about to get started.
A little bit late, but we're still here.
Yeah, we're a little late. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't get that black box out. You think you can do it?
I'm supposed to be fine. Where's it at?
I hope so, because you know how this thing cuts out. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started.
All right. So happy Saturday, everybody. My name is Lynnette. I own Lynnette's Cakes and Catering in the Washington, D.C. area. We do lives. We do office catering. We do lunch pop-ups. Eventually, we have our food truck and all kinds of things. So we are going live twice a week, every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and every Saturday, 10 a.m. Today is 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're here. So today, we're going to make a really simple breakfast. We're doing French toast. We're going to do fried apples and a homemade caramel sauce to go on top. So it should be really fun. I'm going to start with the French toast, but I have my oven set to like 200 degrees because I'm going to have to keep it warm. So, when we go live...
While we're making the caramel sauce.
Yeah, while we make the other stuff. When we go live, we're making everything in this one spot. So at home, you technically could be cooking your apples on one burner, your French toast on another burner, and then you can make the caramel sauce last, and you can do everything pretty much at one time. But I'm going to have my French toast put on my sheet, put it in the oven, keep it warm, but not too hot where it will start to keep cooking and it'll dry out, and then we'll make the other items. So let's get to it. So we've done French toast plenty of times on here, so it's the same custard base for our French toast. You don't really have to measure, but it's basically eggs, milk. I'm going to put some cinnamon in here too, a little bit of nutmeg because we're doing apples, a little bit of sugar and vanilla extract. You want a little pinch of salt, you can do that too. All right, so I got my eggs in the bowl. We're going to add in some milk. And then I'm going to add in just a little bit of sugar, not too much.
I'm not getting that on.
Let me come and tilt it down.
Yeah,
I'll leave the bowl there.
You had the bowl where you had it was pretty good. Yeah, this guy right, the guy that's closest to your side.
Oh yeah, they can't see.
Oh, don't tilt it that much. Tilt it back a little more. They can see that. I just want them to see you. I don't want them.
Can they see?
Yeah, they can see. You, if you want to tilt it a little bit, don't tilt it too much.
Oh, this one's tight.
Yeah, I tightened it. Okay,
I'll
don't
leave
worry
that
about that.
one
All right, guys. Sorry about that. I got to get my cameras together. Lynnette had to get it together for me.
Alright, so I'm going to add just a little drop of sugar. Not too much because we have the fried apples that are going to have brown sugar, and then we have the caramel syrup. So if you don't want to add any sugar to the French toast, you can do that, but I just always add a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to add just a little bit of cinnamon. Because there's going to be cinnamon in the apples too. A drop of vanilla. And a little bit of nutmeg. Just a little bit.
Shout out to Pastor Tracy. Pastor Tracy says Chef Lynnette made some amazing cupcakes last week. People are still talking about them.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Pastor.
We had a lot of good old cupcakes with Tracy's event.
Yes.
So we're going to whisk all of this together, just breaking up those eggs, just mixing everything together.
So, I'm sorry, Tracy became a pastor last week? Lynnette?
Yes, And that's why I told them that's why we weren't here last week, and we were in New Jersey. So Tracy got installed as the pastor of Mount Nebo. So if you're in Mount Holly, New Jersey, there's a wonderful church called Mount Nebo Holy Church with Pastor Tracy Humphreys that you can attend every Sunday, and they have all kinds of other events throughout the week. So check them out. So I'm whisking all of this together, and you have your nice custard. It's easy. French toast is easy, always, okay? If you want to add a little bit more cinnamon, a little bit more sugar, a little less milk, heavy cream, whatever you want to do, it's simple, it's versatile. So I'm going to use this artisanal bakery bread. It's a little bit thicker slice. I was trying to find the Texas toast bread. That's the one I really like, but it's really kind of difficult to find it in certain grocery stores. So this one, or like a brioche bread, is generally sliced a little bit thicker. So I would get this one. I'll show you the thickness. This is a little bit thicker than a regular white bread. And that's what I kind of go for. You can also get a loaf of challah bread, and you can slice it yourself if you want to do it kind of thicker. Like I said, brioche, challah. This one works well with Texas toast. If you can find that thick Texas toast, that was good too. All right, so let's start to cook our French toast. I'm going to get a glove so I won't get egg custard all over my hand. But I'm going to take about...
Can you bring that over in front?
I am, yeah. I was just trying to put the bread out. I'm going to bring it over there.
Guys, if you're commenting on Facebook and I don't read it, it's because Facebook is not showing all the comments.
I don't know why I keep doing that.
I'm not able to read the comments on YouTube and Twitch at the moment. I can read the comments from Instagram and from TikTok. On Facebook,
so, I got my bread. It's ready for me. I just like to have it ready to dip. Now, when I do my French toast, I like to do a quick dip. I don't want the bread to get too soggy. So I just do a quick dip into the custard and then put the bread into the pan with the butter. So I'm going to melt some butter in my pan. You can use margarine if you like. Butter does burn. Everybody knows that. So make sure your pan is not too hot, because you want to be able to cook a few batches without, your butter being burned and getting that burnt taste. Brown butter is good, but burnt butter, no. All right, let's see. This thing is pretty hot, so I'm going to be careful. I'm going to put a little bit of butter in my pan and let it melt. Don't need a lot. Now we're going to put butter in the pan for the French toast. It's going to be butter in the fried apples and butter in the caramel. So we don't want to overdo it. Let's do a little bit. We already have butter in everything, so we'll be a little light, kind of. You still want it to cook and brown now. It's decadent. If you go to a restaurant and you order this, you're going to expect butter and decadence, so that's what we're doing. All right, so I'm just going to whisk this a little bit more, because it does tend, like the cinnamon will kind of sit at the top. So I just want to whisk it a little bit more. I'm going to take my bread and do a quick dip. Let some of the excess drip off and put it right in that hot pan. I could fit 2 in this pan. I don't think I could fit 3. What you think?
2 is perfect,
right?
yeah.
2 is perfect. All right, so it only takes a couple minutes per side to cook. So you're really just waiting for the egg custard to brown and kind of crisp up on the outside of the bread. That's really what we're going for. So it only takes a couple minutes for it to cook. I like mine to be a little bit more eggy than milky, I guess if that makes sense. So I tend to put a little bit less milk than some people and an extra egg. But it's really up to you how you prefer your French toast. I don't like the bread to be too soggy, but I want to have that nice custard cooked on the outside. So I'm going to watch this. This thing is super hot. I can feel it. Not brown yet. I don't know if y'all remember, if you were watching, we did the stuffed French toast, the blueberry and cream cheese stuffed French toast. So that had to be a few months ago, I think.
Yes.
A few months ago, we did a blueberry and cream cheese stuffed French toast. Well, we did the same type of egg custard. I didn't put the cinnamon and nutmeg in it, but we did a cream cheese mixture in the center and fresh blueberries, and then grilled it on both sides. It was really, really good. And I think I told you all on that live, you can do strawberries, you can do raspberries, a little dark chocolate. You can do raspberries, you can do chocolate chips. That's it, let it do a little bit darker.
Turn it up a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, you can do chocolate chips. You can do
just a little bit.
Okay. Anything else? So that recipe is very versatile. I think I also posted the recipe on the page. So if you missed the live, the recipe is actually posted, and you can search for blueberry cream cheese stuffed French toast. It was really good. Really, really, really good.
Shout out to Annie McClary. How you doing, Annie?
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Thank you guys for joining our live. Thank you, Miss
Thank
Annie.
y'all so much. This is looking good. Y'all know it smells good. As soon as that cinnamon custard hits that pan, it smells so good. It smells so good. It's funny because, you know, we go out. Now, I don't mind going to a restaurant. Don't get me wrong. But I do always say some of these things, like, you can make at home, especially in today's climate. You can make them at home and just make enough for the family for like $5 or $10.
Now, whose restaurant French toast we love, Lynnette? You remember? I'll give you a hint. Christmas.
Oh, Farmers, Fishers, and Bakers.
Tell them about that.
Yeah, we love Farmers, Fishers, and Bakers. Woo!
It's a
They
little,
have
it's a little, not carry out, a restaurant.
It's a restaurant on the waterfront in DC, but they have a couple of locations, and it's like Founding Farmers, Farmers, Fishers, and Bakers. There's Farmers, Distillers, and Brewers. It's like a whole family of restaurants. But the one on the DC waterfront by Georgetown, we go there for the all-you-can-eat brunch. I think it's like $35. It's really not bad. But they have a really good selection. Their French toast it's deep fried, first of all.
Oh, it is?
It's deep fried, yeah, because it has like a crunchy, it reminds you of those French toast sticks that come in the freezer, but it's big pieces of bread, so I know it's not those. So it's like a big piece of bread. It's crispy the whole way around.
That's a clever thing to do, to use that and deep fry it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. And then they have a nerve to have caramel sauce, bananas Foster, chocolate sauce, whipped cream, and syrup out there for you to make a choice to put it on. It's good. It's real good. But that restaurant, we don't go that often, but we did go for Christmas. We went one time just to go. We just wanted to go. And one time we went for my cousin's birthday. I went for my birthday one year too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's real good. They have a lot of other offerings too, but every time I go, because I'm not, the funny thing is I'm not a big buffet person. Like one plate, and then maybe a couple more things, and I'm full. Like I don't go back 2 or 3, 4 times. So it's like when I go there, I like want to get French toast twice on both rounds. So you can see that on my plate. And then they bring you cinnamon rolls to the table, biscuits, fried shrimp, pizza. It's crazy. All right, so this looks good to me. Think so?
Yeah, it looks yummy.
I'm gonna go ahead and take this out. We're gonna cook another batch. I'm gonna put this right on to. I have a non-stick tray, but you can cover your tray in parchment paper too. And I'm just gonna put this in the oven once I cook the rest. And like I said, my oven is set to like 200. It's really low. All right, so let's get some butter.
Alicia Graham says, "Good morning.
Good morning.
I enjoy your weekly visits to 250." Oh, I shouldn't have said the address. All right. Thank you so much, Alicia.
Thank you.
Alicia is saying that she likes going to our pop-ups.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
On
Alicia.
here. Thank y'all.
We really enjoy serving you too.
Yeah.
So Alicia, if you don't mind, could you tell us what you buy from the pop-up? Could you tell our the rest of our family what you buy from the pop-up?
Our most popular dish there is usually salmon.
Yeah, salmon with the yellow rice.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
salmon tacos. Those are the two favorite dishes of most people that come.
Yeah.
But we have other odd items too, and they all sell out, so they're all popular. I'm gonna take about 2 more pieces out. I think this will make about 8 pieces, so we'll see. All right, so let's cook this batch.
She comes on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Oh,
Lynnette.
thank you. Yeah, we're there 2 days a week at the pop-ups. So this last batch, I had to add a little bit more butter the first time, because once you flip it over...
Yeah, you gotta add more. You gotta
Yeah.
keep adding butter to
Yeah.
it.
That first side, it absorbs the butter in the pan. So if you see me add a little bit more, that's why.
You know, I like a little bit more cinnamon on my French toast.
You do. You can have that first piece with all that cinnamon.
All right.
There you go. Only reason I didn't put as much because I'm doing the apples with
Yes.
the cinnamon, so it's like a lot of cinnamon.
Yeah, that's true.
So
yeah.
I said, let me ease up a little bit.
Good point.
All right, so a little bit more. Then we're gonna flip these over.
You guys enjoying your Saturday morning?
It was just raining over here.
It was raining in the DMV area, the
Yeah.
DC, Maryland, Virginia area, metropolitan area.
It looks like we just missed it out here in Virginia. But when we left home, it was raining.
Yeah, we left home from Maryland and drove all the way to Virginia, where our commercial kitchen is. It was raining when we left home, right?
When we got here, there were puddles of water everywhere, so I know it was raining out here too. All right, so we're gonna let these cook. Then I have 2 more batches, then we'll move on to the fried apples. We're gonna do them in stages. So French toast first, fried apples, and then the caramel, because we're trying to keep the caramel from cooling down. So we're gonna cook that last, so we can drizzle it on top of the French toast. Now let me tell you, the caramel is also good for ice cream if you want to do it on top of something else. Like, it's not just a caramel sauce for French toast. You can put it on other items, and it's one of the easiest recipes. Gregory came up with it for caramel. There are some that are a little bit more difficult where you have to use a candy thermometer. You got to get to a certain temperature. You got to make sure the sugar crystals don't get back into the pot. It'll mess your whole pot up. It's a whole process. This one is really easy, so we're going to do that one. And it's almost foolproof, almost.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
You got any questions over there? Is it good to go?
You know, I'm a little bit nervous because there are no questions, and I'm hoping that our connection is, good.
Yeah. I could look on the computer and see if I see any questions.
Well, I don't think you're gonna see it on Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna see it.
I know sometimes they don't pop up until later.
Yeah.
I don't know why though.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get these.
If you're commenting and I'm not reading your comments because Facebook is not showing them. Instagram, there are no comments. TikTok, there are no comments, I don't think. And Twitch and YouTube, if you're on and you're commenting, I'm not able to see your comments, unfortunately, because I'm streaming. So I'm not able to see it at the moment. But thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, I think you got all the ones that I see over there.
Yeah, it's hard to really...
I know, it's crazy. All right.
Guys, you got to make this French toast, fried apples, and caramel sauce. It's really, really, really good.
It's easy.
And it's easy.
Yeah. I'm going to cut it up a little bit because I got it
Yeah,
low.
you got
It's taking a sweet little time.
Yeah, you got to cut up a little bit.
Greg said it's like we watching paint dry. Come on now. Y'all know good old French toast does not take this long to brown on both sides. I cut it up, but now I got to really watch it though. Because it will burn on you too. Alright, so let's flip these. Let's see. Oh, this looks good. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm going to take them out. Get the next
Yeah,
batch
there we
going.
go.
Greg is John, and he said, listen now.
Now, Lynnette, let me ask you, would you eat the French toast with the caramel and apples and syrup?
No.
No? That's too much sugar?
That's too much, yeah. That's a little too much sugar for me.
Yeah.
I like sweet, but not that sweet. Not with syrup, too. Plus, syrup has a different flavor
Different flavor profile.
than caramel.
You don't think caramel and syrup go good together on some French toast?
I mean, it may. I just don't see the purpose in it.
Yeah.
I just think it's too much. But if you like it, I love it.
Okay, Kim Wheaton says it's been a while since I didn't put my glasses. Sorry about this, guys. I didn't put my glasses on. Since I've seen you live. Kim, I thought you were on last week.
I thought you were too.
Oh, you were not on last
Kim.
week? Must have been another Kim. Well, I'm so happy that you're back with us, Kim. And you know, the reason why you haven't seen us in a while is not because of you, it's because of us, obviously.
Yeah.
We had been working on a project. We thought it would be complete by this time. It didn't get completed. We're still working on that project, and that was what that was all about. We were probably gone for a year, right, Lynnette?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
And then we've been back on for about 3 or 4 months, maybe.
Maybe 2 months. I don't think it's been 4
So we
months.
were at the studio for a month and a half.
Oh, okay. You might be right
Yeah.
there. You might
It's
be
been a
right.
while.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I cut it up a little bit.
Can you do me a favor? Can you get my glasses?
Your glasses right?
Oh, yours if it's easier. Lynette's going to help me out, guys, 'cause I got a few comments I can read. We're coming right back.
Alrighty.
Okay, great, wonderful. All right, so where we at? Kim says, okay, that's why I haven't seen you all. Well, it's good to see you back. Thank you so much. We're trying to come back bigger and better and stronger. Thank you
I
for
got a
for
new
joining
product
us.
for you all too that I'll be introducing very soon. I got my labels in the other day. You all are going to be very excited. So I'm going to push to show it to you all by next Saturday. I want to show it to you all. So I'm excited. Tracy knows what I'm talking about. I am very excited about it. And I think y'all will be too.
Starger Smith says cooking good, or looking good. Maybe that's what that was.
Mm-hmm.
Marilyn Crumbly says that looks delicious.
Oh, thank you. We just getting started.
Nicole Tinson says, "Oh my goodness, that looks awesome."
I know French toast always looks good.
I haven't had French toast in forever.
Mm-hmm.
All
It's
right.
something that we don't always make, but it's really good. We always opt for like pancakes or biscuits, something like that, but not so much French toast. But it's a good option.
Yeah,
Get
guys.
these two out.
So for those that are coming on, Lynnette, tell them what we're making again.
If you're just coming on, we're doing French toast. We're going to top it with fried apples and homemade caramel sauce. So after this, we got one more batch of French toast to cook, and then we're going to start working on our apples and our caramel sauce, which I'm excited about. I was going to do apple dumplings today, but that's something I have to make like in advance, when it takes like an hour to cook, and then have another batch here. So one day we'll make that. All right, so let's see. This one still kind of light.
Turn it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's up. It's funny because if I
We
had
don't
it
wanna
up in
burn
the
it.
beginning, it would have burned.
Burn, yeah.
Yeah, but then when I have it low,
It takes a little bit of time. That's okay. That's okay.
Really? This is what we're doing on live. But this is the longest part because the apples are next, and then the caramel sauce. So hopefully y'all will make this. I want y'all to go back and make that blueberry stuffed one too. You missed that one. The one time when I made French toast, I don't know if y'all ever had like a Belgian waffle. So Belgian waffles have that sugary kind of crust on the outside. So one day when I was doing the French toast, I sprinkled a little bit of sugar, like actually on the outside, and cinnamon, and let that caramelize in the pan in the butter. It was really good. It had a little bit of like a creme brulee. You know how creme brulee has that crispy top, or like I said, a Belgian waffle that has that sugary top. It's really good. It was different. You know, something to try.
Alicia Graham says, I tried just about everything on the menu.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes. I think, Miss Alicia, are you the one that came and got I think it was the cake, and you asked me to hold on to the cake for you? She says, I love the jerk chicken, the salmon, the crab cakes, the salad, the meatloaf.
I know that's right.
Wow. The rice and beans.
Thank you.
The cabbage, the yams, the mac.
She had everything.
Oh my goodness! Oh, Miss Alicia,
said
look,
everything.
she pouring it on. I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to hook her up when she comes. Thank you
She
so
said
much, Miss
everything.
Alicia. We really appreciate you. Thank
Y'all
you
been
so
really
much.
supporting us. From the first time we came in there, y'all was supporting us.
Well, let's talk about our humble beginnings, Lynnette. Tell them how we started off.
As far as
Okay,
how far back
so
did we go?
go all the way back. So Lynnette started her company, Lynnette's Cakes and Catering. It's been about 18 years now. She came out of culinary school and was blessed enough to get a commercial kitchen right away.
Yeah, and I switched careers.
And she switched careers because you went and got your degree, your bachelor's in
Psychology
and your master's
and human resource development.
And then you were not satisfied with those
Well,
career choices, so you decided to.
I don't know if it was that I wasn't completely satisfied as much as I think everybody can probably understand, like, when you always want to do something. Like, when I was little, I always liked to cook. And when I was in school, like high school especially, my friends will remember if they went to high school with me, I would make everybody homemade cinnamon rolls for their birthday.
Oh, my God.
In pans.
Oh, I love those cinnamon rolls.
And then, like,
Look, hold on. Can I interrupt for a second?
Okay.
That's how I fell in love with Lynnette. Because of the cinnamon rolls.
You got a minute anyway, because I'm going to go get another one. Tell them the story.
Yeah. I fell in love with Lynnette because of those cinnamon rolls. I met Lynnette at a farmer's market. We'll talk about what happened with the interaction later. But I met her at a farmer's market probably 16 years ago. And she made me some cinnamon rolls. Man, those cinnamon rolls had me floating on cloud nine. Those cinnamon rolls were delicious. But anyway, so she's going to continue the story when she comes right back. She had to step away for a second. Once again, guys, thank you all for joining our live. We really appreciate it. Oh, you had to get another one? Oh.
The funny thing about the farmer's market, let me tell you about this farmer's market.
Okay, explain to them what you're doing right now.
I'm just switching out the
canister.
Yeah. The funny thing about the farmer's market is Gregory came to the farmer's market and he was selling muffins. Gregory is an accountant. He went to school for accounting. And Gregory came to the farmer's market and he
cookies and
was
muffins.
selling cookies and muffins and, you know, brownies, all this stuff. Gregory's a very good baker. So I was like, oh, these cookies are good. But the first day I met him, I was like, because I was going to this farmer's market and I hadn't been there in about a year. So when I came back, they had given my space to Gregory. So I pull up, I got a little dress on, got my hair done, I got my baked goods in the car. Here you go, with a table, like in my spot, but like next to.
But Lynnette, you weren't there last year.
It was my spot. So I pull up, and here you go. I'm like, no, sir. Who are you?
Yeah, because they had told me they had a baker, but she just didn't show up. So they let me in. And then Lynnette, all of a sudden, she wants to show up after they didn't let me in. But they told me about Lynnette, and I just knew who she was when she was walking across the grass. Go ahead, Lynnette.
So he's all waving. He got his table set up. And I'm like, who are you? He's like, I'm Gregory. I said, okay. Why are you right here? Well, I'm selling cookies. And I said, okay. So I set my little stuff up. Now, the funny thing was, Gregory, you know, he had a table and he was kind of just starting the farmer's market thing. Mm-hmm. So he had a table and he had like a little, like a Rubbermaid container with some muffins in it and some cookies. And I had like cinnamon rolls and stuffed cookie banana bread. I mean, I had everything, right? So I'm looking like, what is going on? And he's just so nice. So then finally, after I warmed up, I mean, I wasn't terribly mean.
You were nice. You sweet.
But I was just like, what are you doing here? But finally, it would come to the point where some days he wouldn't come because Greg is like, if his stuff is not like perfect, he don't want to bring it. Like, he's not coming. So since he only had like muffins and cookies, I think it was, if the muffins didn't come out right, his whole farmer's market day was done. Like, he wasn't coming. Yeah. So then I started calling him, and I'm like, you're not coming to the market? No, my cookies didn't come out right. Yeah. Even though my family said they okay, I don't like them. I'm like, you're not going to say, like, I was confused. I was perplexed. Like, why are you not coming to this
because
market?
that's not an attitude that you should take when you're doing farmers markets.
Because I was coming, and I was selling this stuff.
Because they expect, if they sign you up, they expect for you to come. Mm-hmm. And I was, it's been it was a few days I missed.
Yeah. She was like, I'm not coming, it didn't come out right. And I'm like, what is wrong with this man? So anyway, I warmed up to him, and he started helping me load my stuff in my car. And even if he would sell out before me, he would wait and put the stuff in the car for me. I used to go buy boxes of fruit. He put the boxes of fruit in the car for me. I'm like, okay. The rest is history, but it was so funny how we met.
Shout out to Jocelyn Wukwa.
Hello.
She says, good morning, my friends.
Good
Alicia
morning.
Graham says, I purchased a salad and you held on to it for me.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was a salad.
Mm-hmm.
And Annie says, I'm a new follower.
Oh.
How can I find the recipes or watch the video tutorials?
So if you look at, like if you search our page actually, there should be a video section on the page. Also, if there's a specific recipe, if there are 3 little dots on the page, if you click on that, there's a search option. When you search, you can type in what it is you're looking for and that video should pop up. And that should be the easiest way to find it.
We're going to also have something in the very near future. I don't know how long it's going to take.
It's taking a
where
while.
you guys will be able to have access to all of our recipes and future recipes. But we don't know how long that's going to take. But definitely we're going to announce it. We're going to market. I think that's how you say it. Market the product. So you guys will find out about it in the future. Okay, so what you got going on?
So there's our French toast. Got 8 pieces. And I actually had enough custard to probably make like 10 pieces. So it made a good amount.
Yeah. Now, Lynnette, I want you to go back to the story of how, the humble beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so then we started off at farmers markets. Mm-hmm. We eventually became partners. I had got a deal, a cupcake deal with Haagen-Dazs ice cream. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys know about Haagen-Dazs ice cream, but in the D.C. metropolitan area, or the DMV, they call it, D.C., Maryland, Virginia. I'm very aggressive about business.
It is.
So
you told me to be that way, and I'm still learning.
Yeah, so I went out there and I contacted some Haagen-Dazs representatives and talked to them about putting my cupcakes in their stores. So once we got that, Lynnette and I became cemented partners in business and eventually in life. So then after that, that's been how many years ago? Maybe 16, 15 years ago. We've just been growing the business. We've done farmers markets. We've done cupcake wars, sugar showdown. Tell them what else in that.
Local news. We've been on TV One and a lot of local stations. We catered for Roland Martin for years. We still do. So we've been a lot of places. All over the place.
We've done a lot of things, and we've had a lot of parts to our business. At one time, we were at the height of our business. We had a food truck on the road. We had we were doing government farmers markets. We hadn't launched the pop-ups yet, but we had catering orders. We had as many as 25 employees at one time. Yep. So those are our humble beginnings, and eventually we incorporated the lives and the social media and demos and stuff like that.
When the climate change, you have to change with it. So. So anyway, so I already cut up some of the apples. So I'm going to cut up one more. I'm just going to peel it. I was going to do all of them, but sometimes the simple things that we think like everybody can do is like, how did you do that? So I said, let me just peel one of them on camera. So you can peel them with a paring knife like I'm doing here, or you can also use like an apple peeler or potato peeler to peel your apples. So you're just trying to get the peel off. If you want to leave the peel on, you can, but the texture difference is weird sometimes. So always try to get the peel off. I got
to read these comments.
Okay.
Shout out to Cheryl Murray. This is on Facebook. Says, I'm new from Galveston, Texas.
Wow.
How do I follow you?
So you just click the follow button. I think there's a like button, and then there's also, I think when you like, you automatically follow.
Yeah.
So you click on the like button, I think you automatically follow at that point, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's how it works.
Yeah. Yes, please follow us. We really, really would appreciate if you do that. We go live every Tuesday.
And Saturday.
Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to Omar.
Hello.
Omar on Instagram, Lynnette's Cakes.
Hello.
Guess where Omar is from?
Where?
Restaurant Depot.
Wow. Hey, Omar. That's my buddy.
He says, hello, sister. God bless you.
That's my buddy. Omar has some fantastic. He makes these fantastic drinks. He's also a chef. And he's at the Restaurant Depot, but he makes these fantastic fruit drinks.
Restaurant Depot is a place where we shop.
Yeah, we shop in Alexandria, Virginia. But he has these fantastic fruit drinks. I forgot the flavor. I think I had like a passion fruit something, but they're very, very, very good. So he's great. Make sure you follow him too.
So Alicia, Miss Alicia says, can you provide me with a catering menu when I stop by to purchase lunch on Tuesday? I certainly can, Miss Alicia. And by the way, you can check out our website at cheflynnettscatering.com.
Mm-hmm.
Check out our website. We have a pull down menu. What do you call it? A tab, excuse me, called Office Catering on that website. It's at the very top. You click on that that button, and then you can see all of the different menu items that we have.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so I have a bowl of lemon water here. That's just going to keep the apples from getting too brown. So I cut these up earlier. So the ones I just peeled, I just cut a chunk off the apple, and then I'm just going to slice them. If you want to dice them into like squares, you can do that. I'm just going to slice them. It's really up to you. It's really no perfect or wrong way to do it. Just make sure they're all cut up. All right, so there we go. I'm going to go ahead and dump this water out, and then we're going to start cooking these apples.
We got to give a shout out to Valerie Miller. Valerie Miller says, blessings unto for, God, I just messed up. All right, hold on one second, guys. Valerie says she loves the video.
Oh,
Lynnette, is there any way you can pull that down for me?
Pull what down?
Come around here. The TikTok guy, can you? Okay. Yeah, she's from Orlando, Florida. Says,
wow.
Jehovah got you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Someone sent a gift. Iris from Ohio
Hello.
sent a gift
Thank you.
on TikTok.
Thank you so much. I'm still learning about those. I'm not sure how they work, but I'm still learning.
Thank you guys for following us. If I'm not reading your comments, it's because, unfortunately, Facebook is not showing all the comments.
Yeah.
Shout out to Gordon.
Hey, Gordon.
Gordon is in the house.
Yes, always. He's always in the corner. All right, guys. So we're going to start on our apples. So, very simple. Just like you would do fried apples any other day. Butter, cinnamon, sugar, a little bit of vanilla if you want, and your apples. Now, sometimes what I do is add a little bit of apple juice to them if I think it needs a little bit of liquid. I'll do that sometimes, but it's not always necessary. So you can try to, kind of gauge it. Or you can do water. It's up to you. All right, let's add our butter. So I use half of that stick of butter to cook the French toast, and I have the other half right here for our apples. Let's get this butter melted. Hope, can they see in the pot?
Yeah, they can.
Okay.
Yep, everybody can see.
All right, so let's get this melted. Now, I like fried apples just by itself. So we always have fried apples growing up for breakfast with biscuits and bacon and scrambled eggs. But today we're going to put them on top of the French toast. But just know, you can eat it just like this. We always have fried apples. I had to get some water. Whew. All right, so our butter is melting. Now the thing about the apples, you can cook them as much or as little as you like. If you want them super soft, so they're kind of like breaking down like applesauce, you can cook them longer. If you want them with a little bit of bite to them, then you just cook them a little bit less. Now these are Granny Smith apples, so they're really not sweet. Not too sweet. They're kind of sour. You all know how Granny Smith apples are. If you use a different kind of apple, just taste it to see what the sweetness level is, because you may or may not need as much sugar when you make them. All right, so let's add in a little bit of cinnamon. A little bit of nutmeg. If my mom sees this, she'll say, bring me some of those apples, girl. She loves fried apples. But she'll say that anyway when I'm making any type of breakfast. And then we're going to add in some brown sugar. And let these bad boys start to cook. Now there's a little bit of liquid in the bottom of the pan, but that really came from the water that I had the apple soaking in. All of it didn't, come out when I drain them, which is fine. That little bit of liquid is not going to hurt it. And that little bit of lemon that's in the water is a nice contrast anyway. So anytime you're doing like apples, like apple pie, we always add a little bit of lemon to it anyway. So
Virgin Skin says golden delicious.
Oh, those will work. These are Granny Smith.
No, Yeah, they're asking can they use that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. You can really use whatever type of apple you like whatever. Sometimes in the fall, we go pick apples at Lairland, this farm close to us, and we get 4 or 5 different varieties, and we just mix them up, make a pie, make whatever. We just use all of them.
Speaking of which, we haven't been to the farm this year.
You know what's so funny? They have not had anything that you really want. I meant to say that this morning.
Okay.
Because one thing that we like to do is go pick sour cherries, because Gregory wants to make cherry pies.
Which I never seem to get to.
Yeah, but that season is so short. So I want to say like 2 weeks ago they had sour cherries. They had them for one day. And then they said that because of, I guess, a lot of the rain that we had, the crop hasn't really been able to sustain, what they thought it was going to be. So they said in the next 2 days they have more ripening, but you got to check the website every day. But when they have blueberries and blackberries and that stuff is plentiful. Peaches, we go get grapes, we go get veggies, we get broccoli, cabbage, all kinds of stuff, and you can pick your own. So we go there often. And we'll be filming from there, so you all will be able to see some videos from Lairland. That's one of our favorite places to go. We love that place. Just to pick your own fruit and just be out there. They have a really, really big farm. I think one year we went and dug up potatoes, and we got onions. We pulled up onions.
Even though it was dirty out there, I really enjoyed that.
It was nice.
It was like a scavenger hunt.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah.
And then it was different kinds of potatoes.
Exactly.
Do you remember the kinds of potatoes?
I don't. I think some of them were like little new potatoes, and some were russet potatoes. They were just like a few. I think they even had red potatoes. We've done beets out there. We've pulled beets. Everything. We just go out there and have fun. Yeah. I don't know if y'all remember a few years ago when I had my little garden plot.
Oh, Kim just asked about that. Kim Whedon just asked about that. Go ahead and tell her.
Oh, goodness. I gave it up. I gave up the garden plot for a few reasons. I won't get into the reasons because some were whatever, but that one of the main reasons I gave it up, I will say, that won't make me, get upset was the person next to me never tended to their garden. Yeah. So we had snakes. Which snakes
wait, they never tended to the garden, meaning that their garden was what?
Their garden was this tall, and it was not a garden.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it was just weeds that were like this tall, and the way the plots were, there were 40 plots in one big gated area, and I was number 10. She was number 9. Next to her was a wonderful guy. He taught me so much about gardening. I actually helped him dig up his potatoes and a lot of other stuff. But this lady came one day. She put 2 plants, and the plot was 25 feet by 25 feet. It was a big space. She put 2 plants in the ground, some cardboard. She left the cow.
She left a whole lot of cardboard out there.
Yeah, cardboard was everywhere. She left the cow manure bag out there. Everything else. Needless to say, we ended up having rats over there. We had snakes. Well, snakes aren't bad, really, because they do control pests.
Well, it depends.
It depends on the kind of snake.
Yes, because he was... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you can say.
Because he was saying there's this one snake that was definitely... Like, I think it was a black... No, I can't remember.
It was like 5-6 feet long. I forgot what kind it was.
Yeah, but there's some snakes that was the good guys, but then there was this one snake that could bite you.
Yeah, they didn't want over there. So because she left all of these items, we just could not, everybody else, and the thing about, you have to have a lot of time too, so, you've got to be over there to tend to your garden, weed every day, and a lot of the people there, they did have time, but the park ranger came and tried to get the lady to leave because she wasn't coming. I'm going to come back. She came back one more day, put a plant in the ground with a cup over top of it, and she didn't come back again.
And from our understanding, she does this every year.
And they keep letting her come back.
So whoever winds up beside her
It's torture.
Yeah, it's torture.
It's torture. It was bad. And it was my first year really gardening like that. So I did get some, some produce, some things out of it. But one day I came out there, I was picking my, I had some zucchini and yellow squash. I had the plants had gotten big. And Mr. Clyde had shown me, he had given me a piece of his plant.
Mr. Clyde is the guy who taught you a lot.
Taught me so much. He would give me pieces of his plant, like he had me a piece of his collards, a piece of his mustard greens, and we'll plant them, and it just, blossomed or whatever. But I came when I was going to pick my yellow squash and zucchini, and there was a dead rat over there. I said, oh no, oh no, in her yard, right up against her thing. So it was One day I came up there was a rat eating my tomatoes. Mr. Clyde was there. And
he was disgusted too.
Yeah, he was very upset.
He was very upset because he's dealt with that lady for years, and it's the same old process. Yeah. The same old. She does the same thing every year.
Yeah.
All right.
The funny thing is, I ran over to him. I said, Mr. Clyde, I think there's a rat in my thing. He said, let me go look. So he went over there. He bent. He said, yep, that's a rat. I'm going home.
Okay. Behind Skin says, what is the name of that farm again?
Laryland.
All right.
Is that Wayne? You said Behind Skin?
Behind
I think
Skins.
that's Wayne. If it is.
Gordon says, Gregory, would you make an oatmeal cherry cookie? You know what? I've never tried that before.
That sounds, instead of the raisin.
Let me tell you. Okay, let me tell y'all my cookie experience.
These apples almost.
I worked for Mrs. Fields Cookies. That was many moons ago, and that was during the time when we used to make the cookies in the store. Now I think they have it delivered to the store, the dough. But anyway, the closest thing I've made before to what you're asking, Gordon, I made white chocolate cranberry cookies. That's what I had made. So I've never, but I can make that, no problem. Oh, yeah. There's no problem. I can make it. I'll try to make it. Maybe we'll make it, and then maybe we'll demo it.
That would be
good. Want to do that, Lynnette?
These are done.
So in regards to that snake, Gordon says 6 feet long, 6 foot long. It was a 6 foot long snake that was dead in the garden. Remember we took that picture?
Well, we saw the skin.
We saw the skin, yeah.
What happened, I had shown up one day, and Mr. Clyde and his son were out there. He said, you don't want to go to your garden spot today? And I said, why not? I wanted to go and, pull some weeds or whatever. He said, no, there's a dead snake right in the middle. We're going to get rid of it. I said, oh. That was another. That's it. I'm going home. That
was the black snake, too. I think that was the good guy, though. I think he was the good guy. It was a big snake. I can tell you that much. It was about 6 foot long, too.
All right, let me show them these apples. So the apples, to me, are done enough for me. All right, I like them, this texture. They still have a little bit of crisp to them. Like if I cut them with my spoon, they cut right in half. See, it's in 2 pieces. They cut right in half, no problem. But it still has a little bit of give to it. And you can see the sugar in the bottom has caramelized. So as it cooks, that's going to happen. If you want more of like a juice from the apples, you can do like a little bit of water, or like I said, a little bit of apple juice. It's totally up to you. But this is how they look. You can see it's nice and syrupy, which is perfect for me.
I'm going to tear that up.
Yeah. If you want to try them and add more sugar, you can do that, or cinnamon or whatever. But I think they'll be sweet enough, especially with the caramel sauce.
Now, put this to the side. Now Omar asks, is it a dessert, Lynnette? Or he said it looks delicious. Please save some for him.
Okay.
Now he wants to know, is it a dessert? Is that considered a dessert? What we're making, the French toast? It's considered a breakfast food, right?
A breakfast, yeah, like a breakfast brunch type of situation. When you, especially around here, when you go out to brunch, they have a lot of sweet, like these type of decadent French toast, waffles, pancake dishes. So I wouldn't say it's a dessert. It tastes like it probably, but it's like a breakfast brunch.
Well, Omar had culturally, he's different. He's of a different culture, right? That. So French toast is something, Omar, that we eat a lot as a breakfast food.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would add like bacon to it, sausage.
Definitely syrup, maple syrup.
Maple syrup. So French toast is basically bread dipped in an egg batter and fried, basically.
In butter, yeah.
In butter. So Lynnette has added a little bit more decadence, is that the way you say it, to it by making fried apple and caramel sauce.
All right, so time for the caramel sauce. Let me say this before we start. When you're doing caramel, sorry for the little noise out there, guys. When you're doing caramel like this, you gotta watch the sugar. The sugar cooks fast, and once it starts to brown, you gotta be careful because it's you don't want it to burn. Now this recipe is a little bit easier. I say Gray made this recipe up. He's kind of simplified it a lot because as soon as it starts to brown, he adds that butter in. All right, unless the butter starts to mix in with the sugar, whereas in some cases the butter may be in like a little bit later, but he adds it in a little bit sooner. So we're going to start with a half a cup of sugar, and we're putting the sugar directly into the pan. When sugar heats up, it starts to melt down. All right, so you'll notice it'll start to melt. Let me just let it start to cook. and it's going to start to
Where's
brown.
your whisk?
You use a whisk?
Oh no, go ahead and do what you're doing.
I can do a whisk if you think that's
No,
better.
go ahead and do what you're doing.
I always use a spoon.
Okay, now you're gonna make it come out good, so do what you do.
So we're going to let it cook. So it'll start to melt a lot of times around the edges first, and that's where you'll see it start to brown. And then I'll kind of swirl it a little bit or stir it up a little bit for it to make sense. So I'm going to watch it. Sometimes I hate making this stuff on live because we make it a lot and it's perfect. But then when you do it on live, I'm not going to jinx it, but that's when stuff you like.
So caramel sauce is something that's you got to be very careful with, right, Lynnette?
Yeah. With this method, even though it's an easier one or any other method, because like I said before, when you make caramel sauce, use a candy thermometer and you cook it to a certain stage. So it may be a soft ball stage. If you want a soft kind of chewy caramel, it may be a hard ball stage. You want more like a crack type, like where the candy's like a crack, like not like a rock candy, but it's still a hard ball. So it's still going to be like soft, but still, I don't know how to describe it. If you get a candy thermometer, you'll see what I'm saying. They have a soft ball, a hard ball, a soft crack, a hard crack. Hard crack is rock candy. A soft crack may be like a peppermint that has a little bit of softness to it. A soft ball is a chewy caramel. A hard ball is like a caramel that's cooked a little bit longer. You ever had a caramel you had to suck on it, you couldn't really chew it? That's what I was.
That's like Werther's? Is that what they call it?
Yeah. So they have different degrees of heat that you cook things to, and that's going to be the temperature it'll have on the candy thermometer of what you're looking for. So
you might have to lift that. You might have to lift that up so they can see.
Yeah, I can see how it's starting to brown already and melt. So that's what I was talking about. So I'm gonna cut this on a little bit. One thing I will say, this pan that I'm using is a really light pan. When you're using a heavier pot, like we have a lot of heavier stainless steel pots, it takes a little bit longer for this process to actually start and actually cook. But this is a really light pan, so you see how quick that was. So let it melt down a little bit more. And we're going for a brown that's more of like the caramel brown. So that's the color that we're looking for. The darker it gets, the more of a burnt kind of sugar taste it has. So you want it to be like this nice kind of caramel color, basically. I mean, it's self-explanatory. It's the caramel color. I'm going to tilt it so you all can see it and see how it's melting down. But be careful, it's really, really hot. I think this is about dark enough. Think so?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we're going to add in 4 tablespoons of butter. I am using unsalted butter, but if you wanted to do like a salted caramel, you can do a salted butter or just put a little bit of salt in there. Let's add in our butter. It's going to melt down. Stir that in. And just let your butter melt. It looks like caramel already.
Ooh, yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. Now next I'm going to add in some heavy cream. And when you add in your heavy cream, the mixture may seize up. Just keep on cooking it and stirring it. The reason it seizes up is obviously because the cream is cold and we're adding it to this hot pan. So you want to just stay calm and just keep stirring it up. It'll be okay. Let's get that butter melted first. And I'm going to show y'all what it looks like. Look how quick it's coming together. It's easy to make it, I'm telling you. So you can see it's still like that nice brown.
It's good.
All right. So now we're going to add in our cream. It's going to seize up. Don't be alarmed.
But you're the master at this part, Lynnette.
Something like that. No, just playing.
Yeah, this is very. I thought you poured in a little bit at a time. You pour it all in at the same time.
See how when I say it seizes up?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you what I mean. See that?
That's
what I'm talking about.
That's like soft right there, right? The soft ball? No, not
we didn't even cook it that hard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we didn't even, because it's like 200-something degrees you have to cook it for that. Mm-hmm. It's just because the cream is cold.
Yeah.
So once you add that cold cream, you have to basically incorporate it into this hot caramel.
Yeah. So Stella Vaughn says, I don't even like cooked apples, but you all are so mesmerizing.
Oh,
I just like Lynnette's cooking.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Oh, she says, I tried several chicken and turkey recipes.
Oh, good.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm glad y'all been trying them.
Well, let me just tell you, Stella, we're going to have some stuff coming down the pipe that you all are going to benefit from tremendously.
Yes.
All right, so we got
go ahead.
Ken Wheaton says, how much cream did you
So I
put
put
in there?
in 2/3 cups. I'll go over that recipe with y'all. Let me add this vanilla
yeah.
real quick.
Yeah.
About a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm gonna stir that in.
You guys, I may have come up with this recipe, but Lynnette is the master. She'll make it come out right every
I
time.
got a little bit stuck to the spoon, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Some of it has to be sacrificed sometimes. All right, so let's cut this off.
All right, Bahan Skin says, should you put the sauce warm on the toast and apples?
I would.
Yes.
I like it warm because it's like the syrup. You know how like when you put your syrup on it, sometimes I warm my syrup up, but I just like it warm. Everything to be warm, everything to be hot, and just one nice dish. So yeah, I do put it on there warm. But if you want it to be room temperature, you can. With this caramel, it doesn't get super thick when it cools, does it?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't get super thick. So when it cools, it'll still be thin enough for you to add on to something. So like I said, ice cream. All right, so I'm gonna move this burner out the way. I'm gonna talk to you about the recipe for the caramel. And then we're gonna assemble it. You know what I forgot to grab?
What's that?
My plate, because you have my key.
Oh.
I couldn't get in the closet.
And I got the key in my pocket.
Yeah, I may have another plate back here.
Okay. We're almost done, guys. We're approaching that 1 hour mark. We're almost done.
Yeah.
We usually get it done in an hour.
All right, so let me go over this caramel again. So here's our caramel sauce. It's a little bit thin. As it cools, it'll get a little bit thicker. All right, but look how good it looks and look how simple it was. So I started with a half a cup of sugar for the caramel. So it was 1/2 cup sugar, and we just added that to the pan and let it start to melt down and brown. And you all saw how that process was. Then I added in 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter. If you want to do salted butter, you can do that. It'll be like a salted caramel. After that, I added in 2/3 cup of heavy cream. Mix that in, let it melt down. Not melt, because it's already in there, but just want to seize up. Let that caramel melt back down, and then add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So that was 1/2 cup sugar, 4 tablespoons of butter, 2/3 cup heavy cream, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. All right. Very, very simple. The biggest thing, like I told you all, is to make sure you watch the sugar. It will burn on you very, very quickly. And the thing about it is, burn is not that dark black color that you think. It's just a really dark brown color. And you think, it still looks like caramel, it does, but it'll have that burnt taste when you eat it. It'll have a burnt sugar taste. So you want it to get this color, maybe a little bit darker if you want, but to me, this is perfect. All right, and you all saw how the sugar looked. You just gotta watch it. Once it starts to get a little bit clear around the edge, you know the sugar is starting to melt. Once it starts to brown, start mixing it up, because then you're gonna start to incorporate what's already browning into what's not. Get all of it that same color. Add your butter. All right, so let me grab a plate, and then we'll be plating up, and we're good. I think I have one over here. Let me see.
Family, thank you all for joining us once again. We really appreciate you. We love you. We got our Twitch family, we got our TikTok family, we got our YouTube family, our Facebook family, and our Instagram family.
The plates are in the closet.
Oh no! Okay, you had to go in my
All the ones
pocket.
that I had in my car. Oh, this is my key right there.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
So
All right, guys.
Talk to them about this.
Sorry, guys. We got to. Lynnette's got to go get the plate. All right. Okay, so we're almost done. We got the French toast here. Lynnette's going to top it with the fried apples. And then she's going to add caramel sauce on top of that. And then it's going to be delicious. So we want you guys to make this. I know we sound like a broken record when we keep saying that we have another, that we have a Facebook group called Cooking. I think it's called Cooking with Lynnette. I think it's a Facebook group. We want you to join it. I have to accept your invitation for the invite. I'm going to eventually get to it. We would like for you guys to make these dishes and post on that site. You can post videos, you can post pictures, whatever you want to do. All right? Bahan says, excellent.
Thank you.
All right, so Lynnette got the plate. All right, so
Rinse it off a little bit.
we're gonna rinse it off a little bit. And we're gonna plate it, and you guys are gonna see the wonderful plate that Lynnette makes. And
I wish I
we're gonna
had
be
some
done.
other stuff to go in here, some bacon and some other stuff. I'm not going to touch this one because that's Gregory's piece. He already claimed it.
They can't really see.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Now, if you want to cut your French toast, should I cut it? You know, usually we cut it like on a... I think I'll leave it like this.
Yeah, leave it like that, Queen.
this. It's easy.
Yeah.
2 pieces is good.
Yeah.
So if you want to cut it into the triangles, you can do that. But this bread to me is not quite as big as that Texas toast.
Right.
So you don't really have to do that. 2 pieces is good, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we're going to take our fried apples. Now, if you want, you can serve these like in a little dish on the side. If people don't want theirs right on top, you can definitely do that. But we're doing them right on top today. So put some of those apples right on top of your French toast.
Ooh. Now, I hope Lynnette can answer this question, Gordon. Because I've never seen Lynnette make butterscotch. He wants to know, Gordon wants to know from Facebook, he wants to know how different is the caramel process from making butterscotch?
Okay, so it's not really much different. Now, I used to make toffee when I used to work at a bakery, and I think I made butterscotch before too. So anytime you make candy, so this process right here is not the caramel process that you would do if you're making butterscotch, toffee, any of that. You're going to do a simple syrup type recipe. So you're going to start with sugar and water, bring that to a boil. The entire time it's boiling, we did this in school. You take a wet brush and you have to brush down any sugar crystals that jump up on the side of the pan. So you're taking your brush, it takes a long time. You have your candy thermometer in the pan, you have your water in a cup, you have a pastry brush, you have your water and sugar boiling, and then you're going to brush down any sugar crystals that jump on the side of the pan. If you do not, and those sugar crystals get back into your pan, your whole pan is going to crystallize. The entire pan. It happened to us in culinary school. I know that to be true.
Yeah.
So the whole pan is going to crystallize. It's just going to seize up like a whole bunch of. It's not even going to be like rock candy. It's going to be like sandy looking lumps of sugar. Yeah. So that's what's going to happen. So you do that. Once it gets you to a desired temperature. So butterscotch to me is probably like a soft or a hard crack. It's a harder candy. Once it gets to that temperature and whatever, it's probably a flavoring that you add to it. I'm not 100% sure. There's probably a butterscotch type of flavor you add to it or whatever the case may be. And the sugar is going to brown. Then you're going to do whatever. Like sometimes with those candies, they put them on like a cold table and then they stretch them. It depends on how. Like that's how the hard, not toffee, but like mints and stuff are made. They stretch them or they roll or whatever the process is. But the process for starting it is going to be that sugar and water. And you're going to have to make sure those sugar crystals do not get back into your pan. And that's basically how you do it. We did it a lot. It was very frustrating. And I remember when I worked at a bakery, they gave me toffee to make. Because one of the cakes had toffee pieces and the buttercream and on top. And toffee is like hard, it's a hard candy. So the first time I made it, because we were used to making batches in school, but not big batches for a bakery, I burned it twice. I messed it up twice. And she's like, you know how to do this. Keep doing it until you get it right. Third time, I got it right. I never messed up again. But it's a process, and you got to be very careful. So get yourself a candy thermometer. They sell them at like the cake supply stores at the... I have a couple of them, but I don't want to stop and look for it because they could be anywhere. But I have them, and it has all the different degrees on there. They'll show you soft crack, hard crack, all these different degrees. So let me drizzle some of this caramel on top. I may see if it's right there. Y'all look at this. Look at this. This is given. We don't have to pay $35 for brunch. We can make it at home. That's what it's That's exactly what
That's your plate, Lynnette?
Huh?
That's your plate?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You thought it was yours.
Okay, because I was going to ask for a little bit more. No, I was going to ask for a little bit more caramel.
I can put some more in there.
Yeah.
Greg loves caramel.
Drench it on up now. Come on now.
There you go.
There you go.
So you definitely would not need syrup.
Right. Okay.
That's what we were talking about earlier.
Yes.
Because to me, this is enough.
Yes.
The apples are probably not super sweet because, like I said, the apples are not a sweet variety. But with the caramel on top and a little bit of sugar inside of the French toast, I don't even think that you need a lot extra. So any questions?
Any questions, guys?
I'm going to look real quick for that thermometer while you see if they have questions. If I don't see it, I won't worry about it.
Okay, TikTok, the live will end in 4 minutes or 5 minutes. We're almost done, TikTok. TikTok just sent us a message. Like, come on, you guys got to cut it out.
They're like, oh, here it is, I got it.
All right, Lynnette is getting the thermometer, and we're going to close this thing on out.
Right,
Lynnette, I want you to do a recap after that, though.
Okay. This is the candy thermometer I was telling you all about. So I don't know if they can see it close here either. But see how the different temperatures? So you have a thread, which is like something that stretches like this. That's a thread. You got a soft ball. If you don't have a thermometer, you can do a cup of ice water and put a little bit of a mix in there if it forms so a soft ball is ready, but you know, it's easy with a thermometer. There's a hard ball, that's 260 degrees. You got a soft crack, that's about 280. And you got a hard crack, all right? And that's about almost 300 degrees. And then this is for deep frying. So this is the range right here that you're going to use for candy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the range. You got, like I said, a thread, but it's probably like taffy or something like that. Your soft ball, like a soft caramel. Hard ball, like a hard caramel. Soft crack, like a peppermint, something like that. Hard crack is like rock candy. All right, and those are the different temperatures, deep fry, whatever. It usually has a clip on the back, but the clip always breaks. So I just try to lean it, but without this part getting hot because it'll melt. So anyway, that's the candy thermometer.
Lynnette, I need you to do me a favor.
Sure.
Can you come around here and drag this puzzle piece? Because they took us off. Yeah, there you go. Good job. Okay. All right, guys, we about to wrap it.
Wrap it on it.
Good
All
job.
right. So hopefully, if TikTok missed it, I was just showing everybody the candy thermometer. All right. So a quick recap: we made a French toast and we topped it with fried apples and caramel sauce. So the French toast is a basic French toast. I use this artisanal bakery bread because it's a little bit of a thicker slice. If you can find a Texas toast or a thick sliced bread, it'll work. We did a simple custard with your milk, your egg, your vanilla.
Wait. Before you go any further, I'm sorry. Don Liz asked, how about powdered sugar?
You can do powdered sugar. It would look nice because most times you go somewhere, you will put powdered sugar on it. Just put it on us right before you serve it. Because the powdered sugar with the wet caramel, it'll just kind of like soak into it and you won't be able to see it as well. So right before you serve it, put the powdered sugar on it. Yeah. So we did a custard with the egg, the milk, the vanilla, a little bit of cinnamon and nutmeg. We dipped our bread. We fried it a little bit of butter on both sides. For the fried apples, we just cut up our apples. We cooked them in butter, cinnamon, sugar, and nutmeg. I use brown sugar, and a little bit of vanilla. If you want more of a syrup in there, you can put a little bit more water, or you can do apple juice, which is what I do sometimes. And then we made a simple caramel sauce from scratch, where we started with our sugar. See how it's starting to thicken a little bit as it cools? I wanted y'all to see that. So we started with sugar that we let brown and start to melt down. We added in some butter. Then we added a heavy cream of vanilla. We got this beautiful caramel syrup, or caramel sauce. Yes. And then for the plating, we just did 2 pieces of our French toast. I kept it warm in the oven on 200 degrees. We topped it with some of those fried apples and then a healthy drizzle of caramel, which is what Gregory wanted. And that's it.
Nice.
We're good to go.
Now, Jenny Baez says, I would like to know how to make a cake like the Publix cake. You know about Publix cake, Lynnette?
I've never had Publix. We don't have Publix around here. But she's probably talking about that yellow cake that most places make. I do have a yellow cake recipe that I don't share, the one that we make from scratch.
Is she talking about like the grocery store cake?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a recipe online that gets you close to it. And it's called a wedding and specialty cake on Cake Central. It starts with a box mix, because a lot of those places do start with box mix. And then they add, this one adds sour cream to it, flour, sugar, and whatever flavorings you want. So like vanilla, some people add pudding to it, but I've never seen that. But it's called wedding and specialty cake. It's a very popular recipe on Cake Central. That one may get you close to it. Like I said, we do a yellow cake. I don't give that recipe out, so I can try to come up with another one. Because it took me forever to come up with that cake recipe, and it's close to the grocery store. My mom's like, how do you make this cake? I'm like, Mom, it took me years to get this right. So it's a good one. But yeah, so look for the wedding and specialty cake. That one will probably give you a close to those grocery store cakes. I've made it before. It comes out good. It comes out very good. Yep. All right, so that's it.
All right. Gordon says, thank you, Gregory and Lynnette.
No problem. Thank you, Gordon.
Thank you guys for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
We really appreciate you.
Yep. We definitely appreciate you all. We're going to clean it on that. Greg's going to eat this plate right here. And then I guess I'll make myself a plate. We'll be back on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and next Saturday. Unless something comes up, we'll let you all know. We love y'all. Look out for a couple of videos that we're going to post up. I tried this chocolate bar thing. I'm going to post a video up. Probably today or tomorrow. So that's
Yep.
it. So we love you guys.
We love
Thank
you
y'all for
guys.
hanging in there with us. And we'll
Thank
see
you
next
guys.
time.
See you next time.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.
Oh, you need help. Let me help you.
All right, let me stop this one. I stopped that one. Oop, stop. Oh boy, I can't stop it. Okay, let's do it like